Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I've just finished watching Tucker this evening and I was compelled to make another video today. Because, well, first of all, you can probably guess by the comical headline. And I say that with a straight face. I'm not even being sarcastic. That is laugh out loud funny. Ketanji Brown Jackson passionately defends her sentencing of sex offenders. I mean, really? Passionately defends her sentence? How can you passionately defend your sentencing of sex offenders? How? That's like passionately defending the right of bollock cancer to eat your testicles. That nobody wants to hear a passionate defence for things that are just demonstrably awful. There's nobody with a fully functioning brain that sits there and says, sex offenders, they're brilliant. I mean, even Jimmy Savile probably thought they weren't up to much. That's why he kept it on the down low for 25 years. I mean, honest to God, passionately defends it. So come on then, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's fumble through the darkness, that is the Washington Post website, who laughably, lamentably have democracy dies in darkness as their motto. And I will say, holding up my hands here, a man should be strong enough to face the mirror and admit a failing. When I first moved to the United States, 8 years ago, I was a Democrat, and the first newspaper I subscribed to actually give money to was the Washington Post. I thought, they're a big name, they're famous, they'll do. Picked them, read them for a year, cancelled. I think that was the beginning of my descent, my dark descent into not being a lefty arsehole anymore. It quickly dawned on me after a few months that the best thing about the Washington Post was the fucking cartoons on the back page. You get Dilbert in there and there's there's a good few strips to while away the hours. Something to read while you're sat on the shitter. And yeah, by the time you've got to the end of the Washington Post, you need to be near the shitter so you can fucking puke. The Washington Post are full-blown activists. They are as partisan as the state media in Xi Jinping's China. And what they do is, they'll put the facts in here, reluctantly, but they'll word it in such a manner that you have to really dig deep. You have to be a human mole to get to the information. But I'm a stubborn bastard, so let's have at it. So they paint the whole thing as Republicans, partisan attacks. Oh, she forcefully defended her approach to sentencing amid allegations from some Republicans. Nobody else? Yeah, nobody else in the world thinks sex pests should get treated slightly worse than teenage shoplifters pinching a Mars bar on the way to school? No? Nobody else. Just some Republicans think dirty, rapey sex pests that molest children should get treated worse than a fucking 12-year-old that stole a CD from HMV. Seriously? Is that what you're trying to tell me? She served for nearly a decade as a federal trial judge in Washington, yeah, where everyone's as bent as an $8 bill. Oh, it's just a Republican strategy to paint her as soft on crime. Okay then. Okay, let's just stop reading the fluff, shall we, and get down to brass tacks. Oh yeah, and obviously, they just said it was purely down to racial undertones. Yeah, it's just racial undertones. No, it's not. I don't care what she looks like. If she's slapping kiddie fucking sex pests on the wrist, I don't want her within 2 miles of a courtroom. I don't think I would trust her to walk my dog, regardless of what she happens to look like. And it says everything's just QAnon. It's all QAnon and their ideas have been widely debunked, but they carry weight with some Republican bollocks. Bollocks. You can obfuscate as much as you like. There's some facts in here and we will find them. And then they slag off the guy who was questioning him, Hawley, try and draw aspersions on his character, but let's get down to the facts. In 2013, Wesley Hawkins was up on child porn charges. Yes, not two grown-ups having sex in the missionary position, child pornography. The worst of the worst. In June of that year, authorities seized a laptop containing more than a dozen videos depicting graphic imagery of several young victims. Doesn't want to tell you how old they are. They were fucking children, and they were in Hawkins' home. So he didn't have videos of other people's kids, a la Gary Glitter. This was him raping children, and he agreed to a plea deal, right? We got to the bottom of that. Cheers, Washington Post. Democracy dies in darkness. They need to change that logo. It should be Democrats' defence and dog shit, because that's all they fucking print. Under federal guidelines, the recent high school graduate faced 97 to 121 months in prison, right? That's not my opinion, that's not your opinion, that's federal guidelines. Prosecutors, however, sought a fraction of that. 24 months, Jackson sentenced the 19-year-old to 3 months in prison. And she also said, because he was only a grown-ass fucking man, grown enough to go to the same age as your average set of boots on the ground in the Vietnam War. That's how old he was. That's how old he was. And she said, because of his age, we should put him in a minimum security prison. Yeah, I reckon kiddie fuckers should be put in minimum security prison. Yeah, definitely a good idea. But no, what we should have done is we should have sent him to Flamingo Land for a long weekend. Put him on the waltzers a few times, and he'll come off them right as rain. But you get your kids to share the cart with him, Judge. Yeah, you stick your 7 and 9-year-old on the fucking ghost train with Hawkins. Yeah, let's see what happens, shall we? I think they'll be in for a fright, and it's not just going to be because there's going to be a bloke wearing a sheet over his head pretending to be a ghost. It's because a sweaty 19-year-old's going to fucking try and take the temperature with his old beef thermometer, you stupid cow. I am questioning your discretion, your judgment, Hawley said. Oh, poor Hawley's just a partisan hack. No. Any parent on planet Earth would question this intellectual lightweight, this diversity hire. Any parent with a fully functioning brain would question her discretion and her judgment. That is all we need to know. There's no need to read the pages and pages of drivel where they try and pour scorn on the records of the people that are daring to question the diversity hire. This woman is a dangerous ideologue. I wouldn't trust her to babysit, and I certainly wouldn't trust her to sentence a kiddie fucker. Would you? Thanks for watching. I will see you at 7 PM UK, noon California. Cheers.